What is up, YouTube? This is AVAULT here, back again today with you guys another new Speed Duel budget deck profile video. So if you guys see my last deck profile video, we were featuring the Gaia the Fierce Knight budget deck profile that utilized the Match of Millennium starter deck to build that deck. And here, as promised, we do have the Pegasus Toon budget deck profile, which also utilizes only the cards from the Match of the Millennium decks that came out recently for us. So keep in mind, all you need is 3 copies of Match of the Millennium and you can build this exact deck that I'm featuring with all the cards and the recipe in there and basically start playing. So many of you guys do really enjoy the budget deck series that I've been doing with all the new starter decks that are featured for speed duels. So I want to do more for you guys, and with a simple investment of $30, you guys can build this really fun and powerful Toon deck, which is extremely promising. Toons have been very underwhelming ever since they're released to speed duels, and finally this deck does actually compensate for all of that and make it very viable and powerful to play right here. And keep in mind, we will be playing this exact deck against the budget Gaia deck in a few days shortly. So if you guys want to stay tuned and see the deck in action, be sure to click the subscribe button and hit the like button for this video as well. So quickly, as a sleeve review, we're using these simple old-fashioned OCG purple sleeves to match our Toon deck for today that we're showcasing. Now, once again, if you guys are interested in any of the sleeves that I use for the channel, be sure to check out the AVAULT eBay store. In the description down below, we have exclusive OCG sleeves on sale, and we ship internationally. So if you guys want to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it to check it out as well. You can get exclusive OCG Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves that are very difficult and hard to find overall. Anyways, let's go straight right into the skill. This new skill is very simple. It's basically Toon Mayhem, Pegasus skill. The first time each Toon world in your spell and trap card zone would be destroyed each turn is not destroyed, which is really great. It protects your Toon world, and your opponent will have to use 2 back row removal cards to get rid of a Toon world this time. So it really provides a huge protection. We all know Toons are extremely weak once Toon world is removed by Dust Tornado or anything back row removal card. All the Toon monsters get destroyed, which is really unfortunate. Anyways, let's go straight into the monsters. We are playing 2 Toon Dark Magicians right here. This is a new card that came in the starter decks. A very powerful and juicy effect, 2500 attack and 2100 defense, exact same as Dark Magician. Cannot attack the turn it is summoned. While you control Toon world and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, this card can attack your opponent directly. We all know these typical Toon effects, so I'm not going to describe them in detail. But once per turn, you can discard 1 Toon card and activate one of these effects. Special summon 1 Toon monster from your deck, except for Toon Dark Magician, ignoring its summoning conditions. Now that's a very good effect right here. Or you can add 1 Toon / spell or trap from your deck to your hand. I mentioned before, special summoning directly from your deck is just extremely powerful, and the cards that you actually usually want to summon is Toon Battle Dragon right here. It can't attack during the turn it was summoned as well. However, with Toon Battle Dragon and Toon Dark Magician, just so you guys know, they don't get destroyed if Toon World is removed by all means. But you do still need to keep Toon World on your field as consistently as possible, because the whole deck does run on Toon World, and you do need Toon World to utilize your other card effects as well as the Toon monsters. Now, this card can also attack directly if you have Toon World and no Toon monsters on your opponent's side of the field. Once per turn, you can target 1 card on the field, toss a coin 3 times and destroy it. At least 2 of them, the results are heads. So exact same effect as Battle Dragon, but instead of targeting a monster, you can target any card on the field, which is absolutely insane and powerful. I would actually play more of these, but playing too many of these can result into a huge breakiness overall, but I like to keep to this ratio just so you guys know. Next, we're playing triple Toon Gemini Elf, and this also is a new card that came out in the Speed Duel starter decks. Match of the Millennium, same typical Toon world, can't attack the summon, can attack directly if there's Toon world. If this card attacks your opponents directly, if this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. It's very good. It's also a 1900 monster, so you can just normal summon it, and it has very high attack, which makes it one of the strongest monsters as well, compared to Charging Gaia the Fierce Knight. That's normal summonable with the highest attack. Next, we won Toon Mass Sorcerer. We used to have this one already from an old one. Simply same effect. This card can attack your opponent directly when you have Toon World and your opponent has no Toon monsters. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you get to draw one card. A bit weaker, but drawing the card is pretty neat as well. That basically rounds off of the monsters. There's not that many monsters, and this deck, once again, very similar to the Gaia deck. It's very early game based and very early game strong as well, but a little bit powerful in the mid game as well, and I'll explain to you guys soon why. Next, moving on to our spells, we're playing 3 Toon Worlds. We want to see this card as soon as possible. We do need the Toon World in order to help our Toons to attack directly, to deal that lethal damage into our opponent for potential OTKs, and just very strong. Next, we play 3 Toon tables of contents right here to basically search up our Toon World even faster. We're essentially playing like 6 cards, but Toon table of contents is even better because you can search almost any card in this deck that you're going to be playing, which is really good, and you can gather any resources you need. So I would not play any less because this is equivalent to any Toon card you want, any card in your deck in your hand. Next, we're playing 2 Toon rollbacks right here. Essentially, it's the OTK enabler. You target 1 Toon monster you control, and it can make a second attack during each battle phase. Simply comboing it with Toon Dark Magician, you attack 2 times, and your opponent is game right there. Same goes for Toon Battle Dragon. These are the two key monsters. With Gemini Elf, you're going to be 200 life points short, because you'll be inflicting 3,800 damage directly to your opponent, so that's still 200 short to game them. But with Toon Dark Magician and Toon Battle Dragon, as you guys will see with this deck in action, it's very surprisingly powerful. So that basically rounds up for our spells right here, and moving into our traps, we are playing triple Toon masks. Now, once again, this trap is absolutely powerful and really bumped up the game for Toons right here. Once again, if you control a Toon World, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls and special summon 1 Toon monster from your hand or deck whose level is less than or equal to the level/rank of that monster, ignoring the summoning conditions. Now, basically, if your opponent controls a very high level monster, the higher the level, the better, because then you're being able to bring out your Toon Dark Magicians or your Toon Battle Dragons. But once again, that's the main reason why you still want to play Toon Mass Sorcerer and Gemini Elf as alternative options. In case your opponent has level 4 or lower, you can bring these 2 out just in case. Tributing to summon these guys are difficult because you do need to have to tribute summon 2 monsters, but the whole idea of this is you want to set this card and basically activate it during some of the end phase or during the battle phase to if your opponent has a high level monster, and to bring out your Toon Dark Magician, and you basically sort of bypass the effect of can't attack during the turn it's summoned. Basically, so then when it's your next turn, you can basically attack. So to really utilize the efficiency of this deck overall, so using this, it being a trap card, using it during your opponent's turn in their battle phase or the end phase really helps, makes this deck thrive. Last but not least, we're playing one more trap that's not Toon related, but one of the really powerful trap cards in the game. I personally feel like it's eliminating the league. Discard 1 spell, target 1 face-up monster your controls, and then destroy it, and then check your opponent's hand as well. You can see a lot of information. Information is so vital, it's game changing, and also send all the same cards with that same name of the destroyed monster in their hand. You're playing so many spells, so might as well playing a 1 of or even a 2 of is just really great in this deck. So that basically rounds off the main deck profile right here for you guys. 20 card deck profile. I have mentioned earlier on that this deck is very powerful early game, especially when your opponent plays high level monsters. In the mid game, it does decent because you'll be searching a lot with this deck. You're special summoning from your deck a lot. The end goal is to bring out Toon Dark Magician as soon as possible. The best way to bring it out is directly with Toon Mask, if possible. If not, you want to basically summon your Toon Gemini Elves and your Toon Mass Sorcerers and tribute them potentially to bring out Toon Dark Magician. So then you can bring out Toon Battle Dragon out for free, and all your other 2 monsters basically. But really, Toon Battle Dragon is the one that's way to go right there. Moving on, we do have an extra deck, and we're not going to be playing the extra deck at all. But I'm just quickly gonna show you guys, you know, you just can play any 6 fusion monsters. Once again, it's a strategy to let your opponent know that, you know, you're playing an extra deck, so that it's not easy for them to guess exactly what you're playing. You want to keep your deck sort of concealed and hidden to give them the element of surprise and diminish the chances of them to guess correctly. And because of that, you do want to play an extra deck just in case, so that they don't know exactly what you are playing. Because for Toon monsters, there's actually no fusion monsters for Toons available for speed duels at least. And you know, by not playing an extra deck, you're just sort of giving it away, telling your opponent some vital information that they can potentially play around if they are wary of that overall. But anyways, so that's the reason why you would have this extra deck. Next, we're moving into our side deck. We're actually playing one Toon Buster Blader. This is a really good side deck card, especially when you're against dragons. You want to be subbing this card in when your opponent plays dragon monsters, simply because it gains 500 attack for each dragon monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard to basically overcome them. And one Toon Buster Blader can easily overcome Blue Eyes White Dragon if you are by any chance to come into a Blue Eyes Dragon matchup, or even Red Eyes. Really, really good, powerful card. Next, one of the best hand traps, I think, in the current game, DD Crow. It's very powerful in regular TCG for Yu-Gi-Oh. Quick effect: you just discard this card from your graveyard and target one card your opponent's in your opponent's graveyard and banish that, which is really, really great. There's a lot of graveyard-centric decks coming on in this meta, and this card is very key to basically help you counter those decks overall. Next, we also play one more, Eliminating the League. Since this is such a really powerful trap, you know, in case you are against some monsters that your opponents are really annoying to deal with, it's easy to sub in one extra copy. And like, once again, I did mention, since you're playing so many spells, you know, pitching extra Toon Worlds or extra Table of Contents off your hand just so you can activate this trap is actually really, really good. Last but not least, we are playing 2 Dust Tornadoes right here for extra back row removal. A lot of back row annoying cards are going to be in this meta as well, so very, very essential. So keep in mind, once again, all these cards right here rounds up for the deck profile, and all these cards that I have used are all inside the Match of Millennium starter deck. So I highly, highly recommend you guys buy 3 copies, and you can build this deck and build upon and utilize these cards and play for fun, and at least even potentially become competitive. And as you guys mentioned before in the comments in my older videos, you guys love these budget deck profiles, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the AVAULT channel, and if you guys are new to here, welcome to the channel. This is basically a speed duel focused channel. We have covered lots of speed duel deck profiles, all that you can imagine here on this channel, as well as speed duel match duels to feature those deck profiles, showing you guys how it's played in action. We also cover casual, fun decks, budget decks like here, competitive decks, top tier decks, and everything you guys need to know, tips and tricks and videos, speed duel news announcements here as well. So welcome for you guys who are new, and if you guys already been here for a while already, once again, just so you guys know, this is the budget deck profile variation. We will be playing this exact deck against the Gaia the Fierce Knight budget deck profile that was featured on the channel a couple days ago. If you haven't seen that video yet, be sure to check that out. That deck is absolutely amazing as well, and we will be using this deck and playing against that deck in a few days, so don't miss out on that match duel right there. Be sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you guys get notified immediately when that video comes out. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below what you guys think about the deck, any resources you guys would change, cards that you would add instead or replace, and also keep in mind we will be doing a full-on optimized competitive version of this deck profile sometime down the road as well, utilizing all the other cards that are released for speed duel to come over and build a very, very powerful Toon deck for you guys. So be sure to stay tuned for that if you guys aren't as interested in the budget deck profile. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. See you in the next video. Stay tuned, and this is AVAULT signing